It's Brian Kiczula with CostSegRx.
Today, I'm going to be talking about capital expenditures on your real estate investments. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about the BAR test. One of the types of studies that we do are capital expenditure studies. We're going to ask clients to provide us with a detailed list of the improvements that they've made to their property during the tax year. And we're going to run what's called a BAR test. Stands for Betterment, Adaptations, and Restorations. This test helps determine whether the property-related expense should be capitalized or deducted. Betterment is an expense that is capitalized if it enhances a property beyond its original condition when it was placed into service. This includes correcting a pre-existing defect or expanding the asset's functionality. Think about upgrading a HVAC system. You're putting in a larger HVAC system. That would be a betterment. An adaptation is an expense that's capitalized if it modifies the property for a new or different use from its original purchase. I see this quite often when a client buys an existing building and they convert it to a different use. They convert a warehouse into a restaurant. That would be an adaptation, and we would need to capitalize those expenses. A restoration is an expense that needs to be capitalized if it returns a deteriorated property to its original condition or replaces a major structural component. So if you go in and you completely rehab a property, you're not modifying it or adapting it, but you're bringing it back to its original condition, it would need to be capitalized. And the reason why we run this test is because we're trying to pull out any items that can be expensed. So repair and maintenance items can be expensed and are generally intended to maintain a property's current operational condition without improving, adapting, or restoring it. These costs can be deductible as ordinary business expenses in the year they occur. Common examples include routine maintenance. For example, painting. If you paint a room, that's just a repair and maintenance item. Then it's going to be expense. Now, if you paint the entire house, you'd probably need to capitalize that expense. Also think about minor repairs. They don't need to be capitalized. So if you're replacing a small component of the HVAC system, you can expense that in the year that the expense occurred. Same thing with any preventative maintenance that reduces deterioration over time. That's going to be an expense. So I hope this clears it up as far as what needs to be capitalized and expensed. We use a decision tree when we're looking at your capital expense studies to determine what is going to be the betterment, the adaptation, or restoration versus an expense.
If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at CostSegRx.com.